Tingle, Tingle, Kaloo, Limpa! Previously on Let's Play Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask. He's ruining the fashion name!
Honey, he ruined the fashion name years ago. Hurry, please! This is awful! I don't know, it might be an improvement for you. Oh, okay, fine. Well, I guess we can help him out.
Oh, excuse me.
Anyway, let me try not to get too off topic. Going back to my history, as I said, I started back in 2010, I believe it was, and my first Let's Play was actually Super Mario World. For those who are curious, you won't find the videos anymore because I went ahead and just got rid of them. And for those who are really curious as to why, number one is I wasn't entirely proud of the quality of the video. I mean, this is me being my own worst critic in a way. But in another sense, I also was tempted to say, I can do better than this, and I didn't want any like past history of it. And if you're wondering if I'm ever gonna re-upload them to my, main account or make another alternate account and just say this is what I used to sound like, it's not gonna happen because, as I said, I wasn't proud of the work I did. I have better mic. I have more confidence in myself. I wasn't confident back then. That was the main other reason. It wasn't just the quality of my videos. It was actually my lack of confidence in myself. And that was also a year, in 2010, I experienced a wave of depression, which is really, really unpleasant. I'm not going to lie to you guys. It's kind of scary, too. When you realize, genuinely, you're like, oh my gosh. It doesn't matter what I do or what I say. It's just everything's all like gray to me. It's just and I'm a guy who likes to laugh. You guys have figured that out. But it was a very scary, it was a refreshing experience because in one sense, now I know what it's kind of like to wake up in bed and you don't want to get out of bed. You just have no motivation, no desire. And it doesn't matter what you think of, whether it's a delicious food, thinking of a hot, sexy girl or guy for some girls, I guess, or whatever your preference is. It doesn't matter. It's just nothing matters. It was that was another reason why I eliminated that, and I figured I'd go ahead and just throw this out there now in case anybody, especially to one of my fans, he was very sad that I got rid of the series, and I didn't really give him a big, really firm enough reason as to why I got rid of the series. My main reason is it was a bad memory and I didn't care for it. It's kind of like NCS when he talks about, I don't know entirely the whole story, but he talks about like a place called Pick and Say, which I'm guessing is like a past job or something. That's the equivalent to me what those videos were, and I didn't want them. I'll admit there were some good times, some good laughs I had. But for the most part, I just wanted to get rid of that history because I was not confident in it. And let's see. Oh, geez. Well, you know what I'm going to do is I'm just going to keep recording on through, and then after finishing this up, I guess I'll just cut this. I'll splice this video or something. I don't know. Because it'll be a lot easier on me, honestly. I just got to make sure my computer doesn't go into hibernation mode. So, food for thought. Every Let's Player has their own... Oh, jeez. No, don't worry. We'll get rid of them. So, yeah. Now you kind of know the life of my YouTube history, which isn't much, really. But for those whoever were wondering where my roots came from, excuse me, there you go. That's where I came from. And that's just to say, not everybody starts off guns a-blazing or all in golden shiny armor and stuff. It's like I said in a comment once on NCS's Barrels of Love, Death, and JB's 4-player race of A Link to the Past. Everybody falls on their face. It's just our job, whenever we do fall on our face, to remember how much it hurts, so we don't do it a second time. So that's partially why I figured. I already learned my lesson, so I figured I wouldn't need it. Alrighty, well, anyway, real quick, you have to play the Sonata Awakening, so that's why I went ahead and took care of the whole monkey business. Pardon the pun. Ah, dang it, wrong way. My brain's just farting on me. I need to clear my head and sorry, I just had some flashes of memories here. We'll wipe the tears off my face. It was kind of freaky. It's not a pleasant memory of depression, but anyway, that's all in the past. I'm quite cheerful. I've been really good. Haven't had any worries of that, so we're good. Okay, so let's see. How many we got? We got 16 of these little buggers. Let's go ahead and continue our way up. Up, up, and away! Okay, I'm gonna wait for you to come down here, you little fart knocker. You little fuzzlepuck. Come on down here. I'm gonna teach you some manners. Alright, let me go and clear through this garbage here. Alrighty. Refreshing number 17. Oh, goodness gracious. I still remember, excuse me, how naive some of my past comments were on some videos sometimes. Like, they would, literally, they'd have no thought to them sometimes, and I'm glad now that I've, you know, I try to think more whenever I leave a comment on somebody's channel. Like, you'll notice sometimes they'll be funny, sometimes they'll be philosophical, but I just find it's a bit more, I look at it this way: if the comment is not contributing something, whenever I comment on YouTube, it really has no purpose, and then you're just kind of blowing smoke up everybody's butt, which is something I try to avoid doing, because I'm sure enough people do that, as is, in the YouTube community, or Let's Play community for that matter, where they try to say something witty and then they forget. Sometimes it just pays to be a human being and just describe a really personal experience instead of trying to be really clever, you know? Because it used to be, sometimes that's the way you get noticed on YouTube, is by, or on, you know, if you're a Let's Player and you're trying to get noticed, you had to try and stand out by being smart and funny, when in reality, you really need to just find a way to stand out by showing who you are, because I mean that's what I try to do. I try to be genuine. That's why sometimes if I try to be polite about it, because I'm sure some people do try to help me whenever they're commenting, saying, "Oh, you totally botched this," or "Your voice just, you need to do something about it." In some ways, I can agree with you guys, because I'm willing to accept, you know, any advice, as I said in the past. But over time, as I've learned, sometimes it's best not to alter too much, because then I'm letting you guys chisel, you know, if I listen to everything you guys say, I'm letting you guys kind of chisel away at me until basically there's nothing left of me, and there's a whole lot of everybody mixed, and I just turn into this, you know, humongous, icky monster of a Let's Player, you know? And then I have no class, like seriously, I have no class whatsoever. Then I'll be kicked out of school, man. I got to keep my class. Because I am a very charming individual. At least I try to be, anyway. Despite how many times I burp in my videos. I mean, I do apologize again in advance for that, guys. But at the same time, I also look at it this way. It's not like I'm on a hot date with any of you guys, so... yeah, it's not like a big deal. But then again, this is actually good practice for me, for my profession that I'm heading into, which I won't go into too much detail, but I will say it does involve me speaking in front of people and instructing, so to speak. So if you can figure out what I'm doing based on that description, you're pretty awesome. And I won't mind if you're able to figure out, you know, because I've told some people like what my profession is, but at the same time I do have to kind of keep, I guess, a low profile in a sense. It's not to say that I'm gonna freak out, you know, if everybody suddenly starts figuring out what I want to do, or people start saying, "I know what he's doing this," you know, I don't care, but I'm not going to openly suggest what my profession is that I'm studying to become, you know, simply because that way I can say I'm not, you know, frolicking around like, "Ooh, look at me now, this is what I'm doing," you know. And that's another thing, is I'm a person who doesn't like to get in people's ways. So I don't usually like to try and, you know, say things in a gloating manner. I try to, you know, keep it to everybody's level, because that's the worst thing for me is I hate it when somebody talks to you like you're below them. That irritates the ever-living starch out of me. I mean, I'm not kidding you. I can't believe some people actually do that in real life, and not just like young adults, but freaking people that are in their 20s and 30s. I've had talk to me like I was below them or beneath them, and I'm like, I look at them like, excuse you, I'm just as intelligent as you are. I may have a bit of a goofy sense of humor, and I may not take everything seriously. Heaven to forbid I have a sense of humor, but seriously, lay off. And if you're going to talk to me like I'm a human being, not like this child or some miscreant that knows nothing. It aggravates the crap out of me when sometimes people do that. You know? And I'm not saying I have anybody in mind that does that to me. It's just, basically the point is, that's the way I look at it whenever I talk to people, or try to anyway. I'm sure I've come across as I'm talking down to you sometimes, and I apologize if that's the case, because I never want you to think that, honestly. I'm not that way. I have a preference in talking to people as if, you know, I want you to respect me as I respect you as an individual. It doesn't matter if you're older or younger than me. It just matters that, you know, you treat me with respect and I'll treat you with respect. So, yeah. I don't even know where the heck all this started. I think it started on depression or something. I do apologize for yakking you guys' ears off, and I'm not really doing a whole lot of explaining, but I figure it's pretty self-explanatory, you know, what I'm thinking. Okay, yeah, I already did that. I don't know why I was coming in here. I think it's because I thought I was going to get a bug, but I have to actually go up to do that. I have to go up in a room or something. So let me see here what I can do about that. Ah, come here. Get it. Yes! Ha 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 ha! Booyah. Okay, 28.
That says that means I'm missing 2 more. I think over here, is there some bugs? Are there some bugs over here? Yes, I hope there are. Because I kind of need them. Alrighty. Well, I know there's some at the entrance anyway. Let me get those. By the way, I suppose I should probably at least do this, explain this. This here's free spring water, and you can check out the sign next door. Please feel free to take our fresh spring water home with you. Swamp Tour Center. Huh. I didn't know that. All of the things I remember reading from this game, it's one thing I do not recollect. I do not know why, but I don't remember reading that this place being part of the Swamp Tourist. I guess they knew about this place, but it was caved. I guess they never bothered going into detail about it because it was caved off and it was believed to be cursed or something. Well, as that guy demonstrated, it looks like it is. Okay, so I put a bug in that wall, I put a bug in that wall. That means there is a bug upstairs, so I need to go upstairs. The closest way would be if I were to go over here, actually. Over into the nature zone, I guess you could call it. That's what it looks like to me. Well, like, at least with this... Oh, that's where it is. I was like, where the heck is it at? As far as I forgot to get... Oh, wait, no, I already got this. What am I thinking? Huh. That's some fast-growing crap, then. Need to get some of that weed out stuff, or whatever it's called. I talked about in, like, my first or second episode. To get rid of all those nasty weeds. Jeez, man. That's some really powerful crap. Huh. I thought this... Well... Oh, okay, duh. Hello. McFly. Derp. You gotta go over there. Oh my gosh, this video's gonna be, like, super uber-duper long. This is just ridiculous. And gosh, I'm splicing this stupid thing.
Like I said in the past, I'm going to try and keep these into 15-minute increments. If you notice, sometimes I'll have like an awkward cut. It's mostly because my video started extending off into run-on land, I guess as you could call it. And I don't want my videos to go past, at most, like a minute after 15 minutes. Actually, I don't even want that, to be honest, if I can help it. I spy with my little eyes an itsy-bitsy spider crawling down the red pole. Down he came so Deku can knock him out. Up came the golden Skulltula spirits, and now, just like that, the curse has been lifted. I don't know. I'm not really that great at this lyric thing, but I do try because I think it's entertaining whenever I watch people do this. You know, whenever I see them trying to make up a song just with some random lyrics. I don't know, maybe I shouldn't do that. Oh, I've been saved! I thought that I was going to die! You see, a while back, someone told me I could become rich, and he gave me this mask. He said the instructions were inscribed somewhere in here, but when I went to look, I was cursed. If I had known it would be such an ordeal, I never would have taken it. Here, take it. It's yours. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Cool, we got a cursed mask. This mask was passed down by the Sheikah. This mask allows you to hear and understand the wisdom of gossip stones. And this is a really cool one. And the thoughts of animals. Sweet. I've had enough of this.
As soon as I get it together, I'm going home.
Poor guy. So we can become like Eliza Thornberry, man. Sweet! I mean, check it out. We can listen to the dogs now.
Ruff! Stupid master! His eyes are always filled with greed and desire! Ruff!
Anyhow, well, that's it for this video. I will see you guys next time, and as a conclusion, I'll go ahead and ask you guys the question of the day. I should probably ask two, but I'm just going to ask you one that's kind of extra goody, and this is actually a riddle. There are 27 birds sitting in a tree. A hunter shoots down 5 of them. How many birds are going to be left in that tree? For those who answer this question correctly, congratulations, you're awesome puzzle solvers. And with that, take care, guys.